The Baltimore Police Department homicide detectives need your help identifying the individuals seen in this video. On November 17th, 2024, at approximately 1:41 a.m., a 28-year-old Kierra Tripp was killed.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, before we get into this video, make sure you check us out on Patreon at www.patreon.com/Hookah Anonymous _. You guys been telling us to create one for the longest, so we recently created a community where we will upload videos that we can't share on YouTube due to their guidelines. We'll also be dropping the latest to there first, behind the scenes information that you wouldn't find anywhere else on our socials. So make sure you become a member, and after you do that, head over to our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _ and follow us there. Now without further ado, let's get into what you guys came here to see. Now, this story is about Kierra Tripp, another woman who just so happened to mysteriously lose her life in the confines of a hotel where a bunch of friends were around her at the time she lost her life, but yet no one has any answers. Some of you may or may not have heard about this story, but I've been meaning to cover this since a day before Thanksgiving, but due to the holidays, I was tied up. With that being said, I hope everyone enjoyed their holiday and was grateful for even being able to celebrate with their families, because there's a lot of people who didn't get the chance to. On that note, Kierra Tripp's story is very similar to the Kenneka Jenkins one, who was mysteriously found in a walk-in hotel freezer located in their basement in Chicago. There's been a lot of speculation about how Kenneka Jenkins got there in the first place, but it seems like most of the mainstream media that have covered the story tend to just focus on Kenneka being intoxicated and partying with a bunch of friends in one of the rooms. From video editing theories to alleged massive cover-ups by the hotel, there's a lot of rumors out there, but one thing remains true, which is the fact that to this day, no one has been charged for the death of Kenneka Jenkins, and it's basically been ruled as a careless mistake on her behalf. A videographer by the name of Zack TV, who swore to get to the bottom of Kenneka Jenkins' story when nobody wanted to, dug up some very interesting details and even teased that he has some footage he wants to drop that will open a big can of worms in Kenneka's case. With those claims, Zack was met with a lot of backlash from random people, as he would explain that he'd been getting death threats and phone calls from random people telling him to back off the case or else his life is in danger.
Everybody just giving me warnings to just drop it, you know?
Yes.
Wow.
Zack, for your safety, I would say yes, step back, baby.
Okay.
Step back.
Okay.
Because if the mama really wants to find out what's up with her baby, I would be out there fighting to find out what's happened to my child.
Zack would even go live and record some of the phone calls, showing his viewers that it was real, as he even stated that something weird was also starting to happen with his social media sites, and he had to post or go live from various other people. Zack agreed not to drop the video he teased about and said that he would leave the case alone and just stick with interviewing rappers, but it seemed like Zack was a little too late. Because on May 30th, 2018, Zack would be gunned down as he was shot in his head and neck around 1:30 a.m., driving in his Jeep as he left a rap performance in the South Loop area of Chicago. Although some suspects were arrested, others true believe Zack was targeted due to him covering the Kenneka Jenkins case, threatening to expose videos that he had. And to this day, those same suspects, although they were picked up for the case, the charges were later dropped against them due to insufficient evidence and other technicalities within the case, which sounds very similar to King Von's situation, where Little Tim admitted and trolled about taking Von's life and was still allowed to walk scot-free off the case. Now, is it a coincidence that three of the same men that were really putting their due diligence into the case and doing investigative work when it came to Kenneka Jenkins has passed away? I think not. However, Zack TV, Steve O.T. Head Ward, and Jonathan J. Money Jackson, who was a cousin of Kenneka Jenkins, all passed away while they was covering the story of the night she passed away in the hotel freezer. And get this, what a coincidence that they were all unalived the same way, as they were all three shot in their head and neck area while they were in the vehicle. that's another story. However, Kierra Tripp's story has Baltimore in an uproar, and today we would like to spread awareness to H0t. So if anyone has information and care to share, please do so Kierra's family can get justice. So before we get into it, make sure you hit that thumbs up button so we can get this video into the algorithm. And if you're not subscribed to the platform already, make sure you do so now. Let's get into it.
Take a close look at this surveillance video. These are some of the people at a party the Sunday before last at the Residence Inn adjacent to the Johns Hopkins Hospital campus on Wolf Street. The video shows people getting off the elevator and heading to the party. It was taken before 28-year-old Kierra Tripp, also known as Keedy, was shot and killed inside a hotel room around 1:30 in the morning.
We released video surveillance showing a lot of people that were there. We don't know if they are persons of interest. We don't know if they're suspects, but we know that they were in that room.
Now, according to reports, 28-year-old Kierra Tripp was shot and unalive on November 17, 2024 at approximately 1:41 a.m. Kierra attended a party inside the Residence Inn Hotel located in the 800 block north of Wolf Street, according to police. Kierra, also known as Keedy, was pictured with a group of girls getting off the elevator and heading to a hotel room where the party was located, and surveillance footage from the hotel that was released to the police also showed groups of other partygoers who are assumed to be going to that same party. At the time, police are unsure if any of them people are suspects or witnesses, but they do know that somebody saw something in that hotel room, but all are refusing to say anything, and police have trouble identifying the individuals. According to the news articles, police were called to the location, and when they arrived, they discovered an unresponsive woman suffering to an apparent gunshot wound. When the medics arrived, they would pronounce Kierra deceased on the scene, although she was still taken to the hospital. Now, to this day, police have nobody in custody to charge for the crime, and nor have anyone came forward to speak on what they know, heard, or seen. One thing is for sure, we do know that it was a party, which included a good amount of people, and being that Kierra was shot, it's clear that something had to transpire. A hotel stayer by the name of Barry says he didn't hear any gunshots, but when he went to go move his car, he stated that investigators stopped him and asked him for his ID due to it being an ongoing investigation of a homicide that had taken place. Baltimore Police Detective Vernon Davis spoke at a conference in regard to the matter, as he would say, quote, "The question is what happened in the room. We don't have cameras inside the room, so that's the thing that we need to figure out. We know that the victim went in a room with several guest members and she didn't come out." Family will also take to social media to speak their piece in efforts to find out what happened, as one user who identifies as her cousin will say, quote, "Please retweet for my family. On my page are individuals who need to be identified, so please repost. Hashtag Baltimore, hashtag Keedy, hashtag Kierra Tripp. My cousin Kierra is an amazing person. She brings immense love and light to every room she enters. We will never forget her love and her laughter. We will never forget what was done to her. We will not stop until justice is brought to her. I pray for her. Thank you." Now, also, someone who identifies as her sibling would take to their IG story to say, quote, "Where are her friends that were there? Don't y'all want to have justice too? Speak up. Those that were there, how do y'all call yourselves her friends, but y'all left her like that? Y'all don't want to stand up for my sister, but she would have done it for y'all. Her funeral will be limited. I hate this world, man, I really do. Please stay away from all the fake love. Y'all ain't F with my sister like she F with y'all. Y'all are sick for calling her y'all friends. F y'all." Then finally, someone who identifies as her aunt would take to Facebook to say, quote, "I don't know how to feel or what to think. I do know that I'm hurt and angry, I'm sad and confused. But most of all, I'm missing you like crazy and wish you were here. Life will never be the same. Now we are seeking justice, we need justice for Kierra. But where are the friends who was there? Where's her bros and sis who was there? Why ain't nobody talking? She would have done it for y'all. But that just showed where the real love and loyalty was in that circle. It died with my niece. And to the B-made N-word that did this, I hope every time you close your eyes, even in a blink, you see her beautiful face, that bright smile. When you are sitting alone in silence, you hear her loving, goofy voice, and it eats you alive every day. You took a piece of us, a big piece, and I hope she haunts you for the rest of your miserable life. Now let me just say this. Aside from just the suspects, I find everything wrong with this situation here, and I want to point a few things out. For one, why does it seem like nobody is coming forward about something so brazen that took place inside of a hotel room. You mean to tell me just nobody heard gunshots? You mean to tell me that aside from the surveillance video that they released, there's no other video that can help identify who these individuals are? This took place November 17th, and there still hasn't been any other surveillance video produced and no other information received by Baltimore police. And if you pay attention to all the articles that speak on this subject, for some strange reason they keep trying to involve Johns Hopkins Hospital. Literally, every article that I look up on mainstream news platforms, they keep mentioning Johns Hopkins Hospital as if they had anything to do with anything, when in fact the only correlation they have to the hotel is the fact that they're right across the street from it. And in fact, none of the news articles actually tell us what hospital that she was taken to. All they tell us is that she was pronounced deceased on the scene, and then she was taken to the hospital where, inevitably, they found her deceased as well. Now, I could go deeper and state why I personally feel that they keep mentioning this story with the hospital, but it would be similar to Kanika's story where I feel trafficking may be involved of some sort, but once again, that's another story. But there's a lot of theories about hotels having their hands in allegedly human trafficking, along with certain hospitals as well, allegedly. And these type of stories don't make those theories any better, because something is starting not to add up and it's becoming very clear every time we find out that somebody go missing or somebody end up losing their life in a hotel or a hospital. I find it quite funny how suddenly with surveillance, police are acting as if they can't find these individuals, where usually if someone was unalive and they had pictures or videos of suspects, they'll be caught in no time. And as far as the friends, they're sketchy as well. There's no way that she came in there with girls she considered friends and she was able to be shot and nobody is saying anything. Either they was down with it or they're just that scared. But I don't know too many women that wouldn't speak up for their friend that was shot and unalive and just not say anything about it. And to be honest with you, until somebody says something, I feel they all should be held responsible, because it's clear as day that someone had to know something. She didn't just shoot herself. So right now, that's where we at with the case, and as more information come out, I will continue to update you guys on everything that's going on. This seems just like another Kanika Jenkins story to me, and I hope that the family receives the proper justice. Y'all jump in the comments and let me know what y'all think about this. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'ma keep on dropping, and I'm out.